Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, we're on.
Yeah, we're on. We're on. Just
Great.
testing. Just
been a while.
testing. I know, it has been a while. We're forgetting how to use things.
All right. As far as I can tell, this is episode 11.
I think so. Yes.
It's been a big couple of weeks of food news, and we need to get straight to it. So, in today's, the viral craze that I think is mean and has gone, next level, involving one of my favourite foods.
Oh, I love this.
I think it's
so
a waste
good.
of one of my favourite foods.
Speaking of waste, I've often spoken about how much I waste, if you can call it that, kind of, in exchange, Uber Eats. Yeah. Well, someone has kind of just dobbed themselves in, and the amount they're spending is beyond ridiculous. We have to talk about it. It can't go unsaid.
Vegans have made the world cry again.
Always.
Yep.
Always doing it.
They're just making people angry and sad.
And someone else going a little bit crazy. Gin lovers. This is the weirdest thing I've seen. It's something that's been getting done here in Australia, and I'm hoping they do something similar in Adelaide. It's weird, it's wacky, but I love it. It's gin. Of course I love it. It's amazing.
Actually, get a gin and let's do this.
Let's do it. Can we find a gin somewhere? We're still at work.
All right, let's start with the latest internet craze,
love
which
it.
involves food. Now, this has been getting around for a while now, but look, we haven't done a podcast in ages. So I'm going to catch you on up.
Makes no
It's
difference.
called the cheese challenge, or the cheesed past tense challenge, or the cheese singles challenge in Oz, because it involves those cheese singles you find in plastic wrappers, which I
and they're all
question
floppy.
whether they're in fact cheese. How much of that is cheese?
I know. I love it. It's similar to what they use on like McDonald's and Hungry Jack's burgers and
that's
stuff,
exactly
though.
what it
And they
is.
taste so good.
Because when you used to make toasties, when you put like sauce or Vegemite and then put cheese on top and grill it.
Oh,
Have you
I
ever done
never
that?
did that. No.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be good though. It's just like a pizza, you know.
Yeah. So you get like a white piece of bread and then just smother it with your choice, Vegemite.
Yeah.
People usually do, but I don't
Oh,
like
yeah,
Vegemite,
cheese
so I
and
put
Vegemite.
tomato sauce. And then put cheese on top and then put it under the griller.
Yeah. And they're good for that, aren't they?
They're so good. And I always used to wonder, because if you used one of those cheese singles ones,
Yeah.
they would never really melt.
Oh, so you're like, this isn't cheese.
And then the other ones, and you were like, this burnt. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe I had tried it because I remember the burning.
Yeah,
like the
it
top,
burns
like the little
before it
layer.
melts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Anyway, so it's those cheese
Those.
singles we're thinking about, right?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, it involves it involves parents throwing these cheese singles at their babies' faces, and I
love
don't
it.
think you'll be able to hear this. And it's visual. I don't.
That's
okay.
the parents laughing, not us.
So, and then so some kids cry.
Oh, I haven't seen any of those.
Some kids, this child that I just played, picks it off his face and starts eating it. Is that usually what
Yes.
happens?
Spirit animal.
But generally, it just seems bizarre and weird and mean.
It's weird. I mean, it is.
It's
weird and it's mean, but like, it's not doing them any harm. Unless
just
you
look,
like,
as
really
someone who doesn't have children,
you're doing it hard.
is this how bored parents get at home with their toddlers?
I'm going to say 100%. Yes, this is exactly what happens.
But I have laughed, so I'm not going to say it's not funny.
laugh.
Look, while I was confused about how I feel about kids having cheese thrown at their face,
Yes.
I saw the next level of the cheese challenge. And I'll try and
block of
upload
cheese.
these to our Insta and I'll show you. I found a website that compared the cheese challenge, or took the cheese challenge to a cat and a dog.
Oh, oh, as in actually throwing it at
yeah.
the cat and the dog. I was
So-
like, wait, the cat threw it at the dog?
So
How?
when you... So this is the dog,
Okay.
which catches it,
Oh, it catches
and eats it. And then
And
this
the
is the
cat
cat,
just
which just...
Oh my gosh.
Cat goes feral.
Standard cats. It's just sticking to its neck. Oh, that's almost more sad than the
kids.
baby.
So,
I don't even like cats.
you know what? If you've got a party planned for this weekend, just save on the entertainment. Get some
go.
cheese.
I know.
Just throw cheese at your mates.
We should try it sometime.
Okay. You first.
You can go first. Okay, so I've spoken about how much I spend on Uber Eats before.
Especially to the work building.
Especially to the work building. I've gotten worse with that.
No,
as
I'm pretty
well.
sure the Uber drivers / bike riders now know our office building quite well.
Absolutely. Have I told you that I had this one day where I got 2 orders in the one day and I got the same driver?
Have I told you that one day
So
I ordered
embarrassing.
at work and then I
Yeah.
ordered at home and the same driver came?
Driver. Did
And
you
I
recognise
hid
you?
because I felt embarrassed. And
Yeah.
I was like, just behind my door, I hid and grabbed it. And then I thought afterwards, my name is all over that order in his phone.
He's all over
so
it.
he knows exactly.
And now he knows where you live.
And now he knows. It was a long shift. Like I had lunch at 1:30 and then I had like a McFlurry for a dessert at 8 that night. And he was
so
still,
it was the same day as well?
same day, same guy.
Same day, 2 places, same guy.
Yep, they
That's
really-
creepy.
And when you get the same person, as you will know from your experience, you really feel bad and guilty about your dependence on Uber Eats, right?
I know. I felt like I didn't end up saying anything. I was like, I'm just going to take my chances and assume he's forgotten who I am, but it wasn't all that long ago, so he probably hasn't.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed. I feel like I need to tell him, like, I do cook sometimes.
Yeah.
I do know how to
Well,
cook,
do you?
kind of.
Do you? Have you checked in on how much you're spending a week and a year?
I
and
haven't,
how do we
but
do
I
this?
probably should. Yeah. So this is something that Fev did. Brendan Favola, the footy player, former footy player.
Yeah.
And he basically added up his year's bill on Uber Eats. So I don't know if he uses other sort of means for doing it as well, like other food delivery services. But Uber
Deliveroo.
Eats, Deliveroo, things like that.
It's the only other one I know. If
Yeah.
anyone else wants to contact me with theirs, I'm
think there
happy
are.
to mention them.
Menu log.
Menu
Menu
log.
log. Yep, that's right. Yeah. But Uber Eats for Fev, he splashed out, this must have been last year, a whopping $35,000
In a year,
in a year.
which is more than some people make in a year.
That is more than some people make in a year.
Right.
That is nuts. Yeah,
I've been
you're
a
right,
cadet
jeepers.
journalist. It's definitely more than some
Exactly.
people make.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. What kind of bucks is Fev making?
That's
Jeepers.
insane. Did he say how often he's ordering and
No, but
and
that
what
must
he's
be
ordering?
like, unless I'm thinking to hit that kind of money, you must have at some point hosted like some sort of party at home and just been like, oh, we're just going to do Uber Eats and we're just going to spend up big time. Everyone's getting burgers, everyone's getting fries, like that sort of thing. Or something more expensive. That's a ton of burgers.
I mean, when you think about it, when I get my little single McFlurry at night, that's an expensive McFlurry.
yeah, because
It ends up being $7 or $8. It's a bit dumb. And I
Yeah.
feel like an idiot.
And particularly when there's that many McDonald's and it's like, oh, you probably could have driven like
Yeah.
5 minutes from where
I know. And every time
to get
every time
one.
my husband sees the container in the bin, he judges me. He looks at me and says, "You couldn't have driven to the Macca's, which is literally a 2-minute drive away." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, I didn't want to leave the house in my pajamas."
Exactly. Someone still has to see you. Like they see a
Yeah.
face when you're in the drive-through.
So yeah, I guess if you're paying $7 for a
makes
McFlurry,
sense.
if you're ordering dinner for 20 people,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
but
massive.
still, that's a lot of cash. $35,000.
It's so much money. And apparently that puts him, as far as like all of Uber Eats users in Australia, that puts him in the top 0.02 percentile of
he's
Australians. So
up
there's
there
not many people doing it. But clearly there are a few other people around the place in Australia that are spending that much cash on Uber Eats deliveries.
That's so much.
Isn't that ridiculous?
It really is.
We have-
Favola. Although I did
yeah.
see his reaction to this story, and he was so. He went from being shocked. Did you see this? He went from
No.
being shocked about the result to being really proud that he's the best in the game.
Yeah,
was
that
like,
he's in that top
I am
percentile.
in that 0.02%. So bravo to me
And I'm going to celebrate with some food.
on Uber Eats.
Yeah.
So how do we find this? Did he?
So I don't know. I need to actually. I mean, I should have done this before we started recording, really, and had a bit
No,
of a look.
I've been trying to do it
But
while
I
you've
don't
been
know if
talking.
I want to know.
I've been. Well, yeah, probably.
I'm going to have a look here.
Yeah, no, I think maybe they did maths elsewhere.
Yeah. Maybe they just went
To his
like on their
account.
bank.
Yeah. What do you? Okay, so just a guesstimation because I definitely can't find a way to work this out. Guesstimation. What do you reckon? What do you reckon your number is, Taylor Jones?
Oh gosh, a guesstimation. Well, I'm going to say I probably do a lot of the time. This is terrible. 2 orders a week, one on a Monday, one on a Friday, both to my workplace, and let's say that might be $30 a week, 15 each. Actually, you know what? That's probably being good. Let's say $40 a week. How many weeks in a year?
52. I'm doing the maths right now. 40 times 52, $2,080.
Far out. You're kidding.
Oh,
I mean, that's heaps better than Fev, though.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
35 grand or
You're
whatever. I'm
doing fine.
That's fine. Girls got to eat.
Okay, this is about vegans. It's the
I
fact
had an
that I've
entirely
said-
vegan day the other week.
Did you?
Yes.
Is that
A
rare?
full day of vegan.
Are you
probably
sure?
Not that rare. Yeah.
There was no milk?
Yeah.
No
Oh,
chocolate? There was definitely milk, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
it wasn't vegan. It was vegetarian. Maybe. I don't know. There was no meat. Anyway, there was lots of veg.
I ate carrots.
That's what being
and
vegan
broccoli.
means, doesn't it? You have some veg. You have 2 and 5. Is that not veganism?
How quickly should have been proud to be like, oh, actually, there was.
Oh, wait, no.
Well,
chocolate.
vegans have made the world a little angry. Well, maybe just a few people in the UK. So, last month in Feb, we're looking at, there is a little competition. End of Feb, early March. It is a national pie competition. I love
yum.
these. So, all the best bakers in the land come to, I'm sure, some type of pomp and ceremony.
To compare pies.
They probably come to a marquee of some type where you'll find men in gloves, as pictured here.
Oh, wow.
Assessing pies on their look and their taste and other stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And the winner of this pie competition has sparked outrage because the winner was a vegan pie.
Oh, which if you're looking for like the world's best pie,
I mean-
surely it isn't. I mean, not
So-
that pie typically has to be meat.
No.
But
Some of my favourite
I
pies
just assume.
mostly involve vegetables. Like I love a good mushroom pie has a lot of meat in it still. But mushroom pie is my favourite pie.
Yum. And mine's probably apple pie.
No
No meat.
Savoury
Sweet pie.
and non-savoury.
Yeah, both work.
Well, it's the British Pie Awards, and the winner.
Imagine the red carpet.
Yeah, could you imagine? The winner, so a guy called John Turner, or John Thorner rather. It's a curried sweet potato, butternut squash, and spinach entry called the
Yum.
and it was named the Supreme Champion,
That sounds really good.
beating 886 other competitors.
Well, I would want to know every single 866
Options?
or 8, whatever it was, what the other pies were.
So it's the first time in 11-year history that this prize has been awarded to a vegan pie, and by all means, I didn't taste it, so I'm all about those ingredients.
Yeah, that sounds yum.
But to be vegan, that means that somehow this pie had to be made with 0 egg or milk.
Yeah, true.
Isn't
So then it
pastry usually
I
got
think
egg
so.
in it? I don't
yeah,
bake
and maybe a
at
little bit of
all.
milk. I don't know.
I don't
do
know.
I?
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but it's usually out of a packet.
I mean, we've said many a time before, we don't cook very well.
Yeah.
We just like eating. But the best thing was the outrage has come from a Michelin star chef in the UK, an Irishman called Richard Corrigan, who has just gone OTT with his reaction.
Just his name
And
sounds
he
like an angry man.
Talked to the Telegraph, and he's like, I've cooked for the Queen twice. Yeah. And he's outraged, and he said, I am going to cry.
Settle down, Richard.
He said, I felt like crying when I found out a vegan entrant had won. He says pies are supposed to be filled with delicious morsels of steak and liver and kidney and
Oh,
those
no.
little jelly bits you get in.
No,
he
no,
likes-
Richard doesn't know what a good pie is.
And it makes me picture those. Remember your mum ever have the Australian Women's Weekly cookbooks?
Yes.
So there was the
Love them.
kids' birthday one.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then there was
everyone
also
has.
like the
Amazing.
classics by Women's Weekly. I remember there was this one pie that always made me feel weird because it looked like those
Had
pies made
jelly
me-
bits in it.
Yeah, like a big chunky jelly-filled pie.
Yuck! No, that's not what you want. I wouldn't even eat that.
Yeah, but he has called it a disgrace. And he has Richard's the best.
What a dick.
Look
Richard,
at Richard.
Richard.
Richard's had a few pies. He's gone, and the best part is, he said, the millennials have taken over.
Oh my god.
It's not a pie
eating sweet
competition. It seems like it's now a pie in the sky competition. Richard's on a roll.
Calm your
And he said we should all We should all retire now.
Oh my gosh, because someone made a sweet potato pie, everyone's going to lose their job. Lighten up, Richard. Jopers. It sounds good.
Richard, you sound like a sore loser. I don't know what entry he put in.
Well, because he would have made one of those foul ones with the jelly and stuff.
Yeah, no one wants that, mate.
I would rather a McDonald's apple pie, and that makes it sound like I'm comparing it to something bad. McDonald's apple pie is to die for. But still, yeah, no. Embrace it. Embrace it. Old people hate change.
Yeah.
No offence to.
So, vegans, this one's
people.
for you.
Yeah.
I'm all about the vegan pie.
Yeah, we're batting for you this time, vegans.
Yeah. If you could send that over from the UK, I'd be happy to verify it is indeed the best British pie.
Yeah, send one our way. All right, last story. Lucky last. I was going to say best for last. Let's not set the bar too high. Just talking in terms of food, saving the best for last.
Yes.
It's not even food really. It's gin. Because we love gin.
Tried a gin earlier this week. Fig gin.
Yum. Did you go fig picking? Was it at that? Is it Glenewan Estate?
It was. Yeah. No, it was part of Glenewan at a festival here in Adelaide, a food festival.
Oh, yeah.
And they have all these figs on their site, and they've decided to use them to make this gin, and it was delicious.
Yum. Did it taste like fig?
It was subtle. It was so subtle.
That would be good.
Yeah.
And that would be nice just with soda.
But gin is popping up everywhere. Especially in Adelaide.
It's very trendy.
And Australia, yeah. Look,
I wonder
making
if it is
gin
as well, because it's definitely happening here in Adelaide. I wonder if it is big everywhere at the moment.
I've heard a theory that
it's
it's big because if people are trying to make scotch, it takes like 10 years for that scotch to become a scotch, whatever.
And we're needy millennials and we can't wait that long.
But gin, gin you can turn around really quickly. So you can make it and you don't have to wait very long. Like a good wine or a good whiskey.
Right.
So I think that's why lots are popping up.
Ah.
Yeah, just off small talk around a dinner table with friends.
Oh,
so there's heaps popping up.
I trust your friends.
I wish I wish I had my own company. How good would a gin company be?
Maybe we should just throw in the podcast and start doing gin. Let's not even finish this episode. Let's just make gin.
All right. I think I have some spare peaches at home.
Great. Look, just as a backup, let's finish the episode. Just so we got both options. We'll wait and see. So I'm going to, based on the story I'm about to say, it probably actually is big right around Australia, like we were saying, because this is actually happening in Sydney. Now, Hendrick's, the gin of choice for many.
Especially good with some cucumber.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, this is what they've done. So there's a couple of sort of sides to this. They've opened a pop-up gin bar, and first part of this weird, quirky story is that it's actually in the shape of a massive cucumber. Just in the middle of Darling Harbour.
Which is great because I do love cucumber in my gin.
Yeah.
But does look quite phallic, doesn't it?
Does it look like a
big green phallic-like object.
Yeah. Just there.
And you walk in it?
I'm assuming so. I've actually been trying to find photos and I can't find photos. So sorry if you're about to Google some. We can't find them anywhere. Maybe I think it's actually only just opened. So they might be popping up sort of over the next few days. But this is actually something they're only doing over a few days, so it'll actually only be going for a few days more. And Hendrick's are trying to be good to us in return. So what they've basically done is you can go to this gin bar and they're doing a bit of a Bitcoin type thing here, and you can pick up your Bitcoin, which is a cucumber.
A real one.
A real cucumber. A real life cucumber.
From
the bar.
Those cute, delicious ones. The little. Have you seen those quockies or cukies?
Oh, yeah, they're good. I don't know.
I think I'm focusing on the non-important details here. So
the minor details.
Pick up the cucumber.
You get the cucumber, and then they've got a number of partnering bars around Sydney and around the harbour. You go into one of those and you exchange it for a free G&T.
Oh my God.
I know. So how good is that? But B, how weird that you have to walk around Sydney with a cucumber.
And
you just take it in your bag, in your little clutch.
Really bad.
And it looks like if that falls out.
Yeah, and you're a single woman.
Yeah.
People are going to just assume the worst.
I mean, I would probably rather people think it's not a cucumber, because if they think that you're carrying a cucumber around in your bag, they're going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, talk about thrifty.
Yeah.
Thrifty kicks.
That is thrifty kicks if I ever saw or heard of them.
I mean, it's just a cucumber. People makes good salad and makes
good salad, and it gets you free G&Ts at the moment.
But while my mind is still in the gutter,
cool.
I wouldn't want those bars to then go and use those cucumbers, right?
No.
They would have to just end
Oh,
up...
God, because
You
I
end
imagine
up-
if that's the
Well,
plan.
who knows what's been... I
Maybe
mean,
it is,
nothing
'cause
should have
otherwise
been
they're
done
wasting
to them.
a ton of cucumbers, which would be really bad.
Yeah, a ton of cucumbers being wasted.
It's food wastage, all of that.
And
Sure,
then
so
how do they
must
know-
be using them?
No, well, I don't think they would. I mean, you couldn't.
Maybe they're
Could
not
you?
using them in drinks. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're using them somewhere.
In salads.
In salads. Exactly. In their cooking.
And how do they know the cucumber came from the Hendrix cucumber van?
A good point. Could have come from anywhere.
Maybe they brand them. I don't know.
A branded
I have so many
cucumber.
questions. Again, I always come to
I
you
know,
with
and I
questions.
never do enough research. I don't have the answers
Look,
for you, Rosie.
We've found some loopholes. Hopefully the Hendrix organisers also have found these loopholes.
I know, because I would really want to know what's going to happen with those cukes.
Those cukes.
No one has ever used that before. I don't know why I threw it in. Trying to sound all young and cool with my cukes. It's not a word. Nobody says that. Well, that's it. That's literally us for the week.
Well, let me get those cucumbers out of my bag that have been sitting there for a week, and we'll just
Trade them in upstairs, like we've been saying the
There's
entire
a
episode.
gin cupboard upstairs.
Just leave a heap of cucumbers there. Next
And
person that goes.
Yeah, I'll just bring my cucumber. You don't mind sharing?
No. Mine right in the gutter there. We just hit a new low, and what a way to finish the episode.
I'm so sorry.
See you next time.
Bye.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.